Hello, hello. I hope you guys can see and hear me. Nice to see you all. Oh, guys, it's so good to see some faces I haven't seen since Corona started, I think. How's it been going? Oh, it's so nice. Hi, Jamila, welcome. Hi, Nanette. Hi, Julie. Hi, Hannah. Hi,
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Susan. Hi, Ebony.
Hi.
I haven't seen you since forever.
Oh, no, sorry.
You just abandoned.
I know. You know how life
us.
just gets in the way, and then all of a sudden I'm like, let's come today.
Life's a breeze. What are you talking about? I don't know anything about
that. Yeah, exactly. Happy to be here.
Yeah, good to see you. Definitely good to see you. Good to see so many of you. We've got a big call today because we're going to be talking about all the changes that have just come up. A lot of people were a little bit surprised, like, oh my God, like what's happened? Nobody mentioned any of this. And I get it. I totally get it. But I'm going to explain everything to you now, and hopefully we can kind of like transition you guys into the new system. Megan says it's very exciting. I'm excited. I really am excited. And this also gives me an opportunity to kind of reflect as well on the last more than 10 years of the business, because this call is all about the migration out of Adobe Business Catalyst, which has basically been the foundation of my business since 2008. Like literally I built my heart and my business around this console. So yeah, it's been an interesting transition. It's been ongoing for a couple of years. So I'm going to kind of like talk you through all that, what's been going on there. I'm going to answer any questions that you have. Yeah, Julie saying hi, Megan, long time no see. It's like, yeah, it's like a little reunion here. I'm enjoying this. Okay, cool. And Andrew's here all the way from down under. Hi, Andrew. Good to see you. Thank you for staying up so late for this call. Or maybe you went to bed and then you got up again. I'm not sure. But yeah, either way, thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Okay, so I'm going to get to this as best I can. I'm going to start the call. I'm going to start discussing what's next for Virtual Miss Friday. And honestly, it's been such an interesting transition because I'm doing this. I thought I would be doing this in normal daily life, normal times, and I'm doing this in Corona, which has been a very interesting experience because I've had to really think a lot about the future of the business and where I want to take it and how I'm going to take it there during these times. You know, a lot of the angle of my business before was all about travel. It was all about living abroad, becoming an expat, working online, traveling the world, you know, with a suitcase. That's not so easy for people to do anymore. It's like, for me, it's like, oh God, like that was my story. That was the foundation of my business. So it's been a really interesting transition, but hopefully I'm going to explain everything to you guys. And thank you to everyone else who's just turned up, and Joni and Ken, hi. Good to see you guys, Deborah, everyone. So I was like, where do I start with this? So let's go back to the beginning. And I started my business in 2005. I started building it on Microsoft front page. If anybody remembers what that is like it's a dinosaur. And then I sort of transitioned into teaching myself Dreamweaver, and then I built my site in Dreamweaver, and it was all about HTML code and this type of thing. Megan was going to say dinosaur. Yeah, it's definitely a dinosaur. And then one day after doing all that and realizing, oh my God, this is like so complicated and I need so many different systems to make my business work, suddenly Business Catalyst came along in 2008. And I went into Business Catalyst. I tried this system. I'm a real trier. I'm like one of those people that systems developers love to hate because I just try everything and like get as much as I can out of it. So I was trying everything, and then I came across the system, and it was just like, this was it. I felt like I was home. I felt like everything I'd ever wanted in a business system was there and I could just take it and run with it. And that's exactly what I did. And I partnered, you know, and invested, like, at that time, my business was still fairly new, I guess. 2007, 2008, but I invested like $2,500 or $3,000 into this system to become a partner. Something just flew into my eye, which is nice. I invested in the system to become a partner, and I decided to really go all into this system. And I was very close with the people who originally built it. I had a good relationship with them in Australia, and it was just great. And I just decided to build my whole business around it, and I invested in that system. And then in March 2018, so basically 10 years, just over 10 years after, I started using it. During that time, Adobe bought it, which was, in my opinion, that was like the death of it, basically, because as Julie said, it was the death of it, because this big company took over, and then they outsourced all their support to India. Not saying anything bad about India, but it just became like this. It became something that people actually cared about, to something that people were trying to commercialize. And for me,
sorry, I was going to say commercialize. It was just like it
became commercialized. It went from something where you had a group of people that really cared about it, invested in the system, had a vision for it, and then some big giant just bought it, and then it went that way. And I actually, throughout these last 2 years, since March 2018, when it was officially announced that they were going to do the end of life, one of the people, the original builders of the system, reached out to me, a good friend of mine, and he was like, I've been preparing for this. He said, I knew the moment me and all the partners decided that Adobe were going to take over, I kind of knew this was the direction it was going to go in, and I've got a system, and that was Platform OS at the time. And then I just kind of basically, I tried not to panic, but I did sort of panic in the beginning a little bit. They gave us a couple of years to migrate out, and then it got extended and things. So now they're actually closing the system down on September 26th, I think is. I think I wrote this down somewhere for you guys. It's September 2021, by the way, next year. So we have more than a year still inside Business Catalyst. But since these last 2 years, I'm talking 2 years, I've been trying systems, like literally running through them, testing them, signing up for them, talking to the people who make them, talking about what their vision for this system is. And it's been just so difficult to find that system that I wanted to go in. And then Corona started, and that changed my whole perspective, changed my whole outlook as to what I was going to do. So what happened was, I was trying Blueberry, I was trying SiteGlide, there was another one called Synergy 8. Honestly, I've tried, probably, in the terms of systems, I did Platform OS as well, probably about 15 maybe more, 15 to 20 systems.
There was also Symbly that we looked at too.
Symbly, yeah, that was another one. All these different systems I tried, and I put myself in. And then I'm a big advocate of hiring team members and developers and people like that. And I would always go into the system, I would check it out myself. I would then sit with my developer and say, let's go in and look at this. Tell me what you think, and then we would try it, and we would say, like, build a template in it, or build a page in it, or build something in it, something that I would have wanted. And in each one, I'm like, you've got to run on instinct and intuition. And there was a couple that stood out to me more than others, but nothing that made me absolutely say I want to commit to it. And I'm going to go for it. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to put my site in it. It was just like that. And that's been going on for a couple of years. Then in March 2020, this year, so about literally 2 years after the end of life thing was announced, I found this system called Podia. It came up just again by chance, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to look at it. And then I saw that Natalie's system was in it, who's like the suitcase entrepreneur. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of her, but you know, like, she's pretty out there, and she's kind of on my wavelength as well. So I thought to myself, well, if she's got her courses in it, then it's got to be pretty good. I signed up for an account. I started looking around. I thought to myself, and then initially it looks way too basic for what I need to do, but you can always find hacks in any system that you go into. You can always find things that you can change, things that you can do to work around stuff. So I got more interested in this system. So that I found it initially end of March. I went into April, and I went on some webinars with this system. We talked to some people. They were really frank and really honest and very responsive, which I like. I liked their support, and I'm a big support person. If someone has really good support, it really shows that they actually care about what they're doing. They care about their system and things like that. So although it's very basic, I thought to myself, well, it has a lot of promise. And I thought, well, as long as it does everything I need it to do, then this could be another really good potential. I went in, I played around with it. And what really caught my attention was the fact that as I was playing around with it, I'm thinking to myself, like, literally, I could do everything myself. Like, literally, I could go and build my website in there without any help from any developer. So I started. I got the trial account, and I started, and I carried on. And that was the end of May. And now we're at the end of July. So it took 2 months to get to the point where we're ready to go live, and we're ready to launch and begin this migration process. And there was a couple of things that struck me about this. It's like, during these times now, everyone's becoming more lean. We're not looking at investing more money into doing loads of things. We're looking at how we're going to save money, how we're going to keep the business running, and what does that require? Well, not everyone's going to be able to go out and hire a part-time or full-time developer to help them and things like that. So they need something that they can do themselves. And then I thought to myself, well, that's something that I really want to be able to pass on to people and teach people, especially in the VA world and the VA culture, where, you know, I want people to be able to service their clients, but do it with ease and grace and things like that. And if you're a developer, then obviously you got the skills, you can build that site. But if you're not, and you want to really expand into more of the strategy and how you're going to deliver that to the client, but you want to be able to do that yourself without being completely reliant on a developer in any way, then I thought to myself, well, this system is really good for that. So literally, although my team's been involved for sure, a lot of what the team has been doing basically is just kind of moving. It's like been moving stuff, but most of it I built myself. And you'll look at it, and then you'll look at it and think, what the hell happened between this site and the old site? Like, it's completely different. And there's a lot gone into that as well. When I started building this site, if you don't have 100 options available to you and you only have 5, then you work within those 5 options. And I started to think to myself, well, if I can't win this game with fancy stuff and pictures and links and all that kinds of things that I had in Business Catalyst, then I want to see what other people are doing. And then I started researching a lot. I started really researching on conversions and homepages and landing pages and what converts and what people sign up for and things like that. And really, I was shocked. I was really shocked about what, you know, a lot of experts in the field who have sort of proof. I don't listen to everybody, by the way, or take on board what everybody says, but there are certain people in the industry that stand out, certain experts in the industry that stand out, that provide proof of what's working, what's not, analytics, that type of thing. So I started following a few people and really looking at homepages and what converts. And what I have done on my homepage is the absolute highest converting stuff that you can find, which again was a shock to me, because to me it looks so simple, but apparently that's what people go for. And you know what, I was thinking to myself, like, it's like trying to run a track race in high heels a little bit, you know. It's like you've got these really pretty shoes and they've got high heels, but you're not going to win the race in them. You're going to win the race in the not so pretty shoes that can actually do the job. So I kind of at that point started to think to myself, okay, well, maybe I need to go down more the functional routes. It's still aesthetically pleasing. I don't think my site is ugly, by the way. I love my site. I do love my site, and it actually reflects a lot of me in there. I am a very simple person, and the interesting thing is also when you reflect on your business, I am somebody who travels a lot. Most of you know I've lived in lots of different countries. I've got 3 kids, and I've taken them everywhere with me as well. And for many, many years, I did it in just a car. So whenever I moved, I had to get rid of a load of stuff, just pack down into a car, get rid of a load of stuff, pack down into an aeroplane. And that's kind of how I lived. And I live very minimalist. The amount of stuff I have is not very much at all. It's a lot of sentimental items, and there's a lot of things that I can just easily clear out. But I never did that with my business. I was wondering why. I never did that with my business. I always added on to my business, and I always built up my business. But there's a lot of things I should have really been stripping down and then building on again, and then stripping down and building on again. So I decided that I was going to go through everything on my site and really look at it and look at the most important things that I love to teach, that are relevant and current right now, that are up to date, that I can easily make up to date. And there are updates in this transition as well. And I put those together. And then I also thought to myself, well, what's the vision for my business? And the vision for my business, although I started as just a generalist VA, and I learned lots of different things along the way, and then that evolved into operations management. The vision for my business now is one sourcing. You know, that's kind of like my baby. It's my thing, and it incorporates general virtual assistants in a big way, but it's not the be all and end all. You know, so then I thought to myself, okay, well, I really want to focus more on teaching one sourcing and getting that out into the world. So I made a lot of changes in the back end, in the members areas of the site as well. So I'm going to take you through it in a bit. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of background as to kind of how this all came about. It's like when you've been in one system and had one website for 10 years and all you've done is build and build and build and build. You come to a point where the world is completely different to when you started. It's got to be a time where you say to yourself, well, maybe it's time to make a big change. And that's kind of basically what I did. And I took a big gamble as well. This is not what I normally do, but I hope it's going to pay off. Karen says, my brother is building mine at the moment for my office space. He's an ex-Apple developer, and he would wholeheartedly agree with your findings. Whilst I wanted prettiness, graphics, and pop-ups, he strongly steered me away from that. Okay, that's interesting. And always for me, it's been the same. I've always gone for like I wouldn't say I was necessarily like pretty, but I definitely have gone for like more of the visual element of it rather than anything else. I like it visually nice and functional. But I went more for like functional and then just trying to make it look good with the functional. I don't know if this is going to work, but this is how I'm rolling right now. So let's take a look at the site. I'm going to screen share. Wherever that is. Okay, so if you guys can see my screen, do let me know. Because are we all nodding? Yes, we are. Cool. Okay, so everything that I read, everything that people have said is that you've got to have a really, and I've always said this as well, but I've always only done it with the tagline. You've got to have a really impactful statement at the front of your website. And for me, that was always a tagline, but I decided to make it a statement. And I decided to make my website now less professional in terms of copy and more conversational. And you'll notice that as well as you go through. I'm adding like little emojis. I wanted it to feel like somebody was landing on my site. And I've always been a big fan of personal branding anyway, but someone was landing on their site and they were talking to me in a conversation like you would on WhatsApp or Messenger or something, you know. And I'm sorry, but I'm a big emoji user. Like, I send lots of emojis. I send GIFs too, but I managed to avoid the GIFs on the website. But I send a lot of emojis. So I've added those, but I also wanted to make things really to the point. So everyone basically said, and there was this like formula for the homepage, and it was like having this statement about exactly what you're doing and why people have landed and why they need you. Like, it's saying, if you resonate with this statement, then you're absolutely in the right place. So I put that statement on there, that it's all human support, because really it is, and support is such a thing close to my heart, that you'll need to grow an online service business with the freedom to do what you want from where you want. So I didn't keep it like about the travel element, because I felt like that was inappropriate right now. And the thing about Podia is, the nice thing about Podia is you can shift it and change it and do whatever you want. It's so simple. And then I added a strong testimonial underneath about what I hope that everyone will achieve if they can. And then I added one clear call to action. Everyone said you've got to have one clear call to action. My previous page I felt like was too busy because I had a sign up and then I had things going down and other links outside. They say, people emphasize that you've got to just have one link on the homepage, and that link has got to be the primary thing that everyone wants you to sign up for. So that's what I did. And now we're giving the Getting Clients Guide for free, so people can actually get inside the members area. And it will come to the members area shortly. But for me, I want people inside my members area. That's, even if it's just a free course or a free program, that's where I want people to go. Then I added a bio about myself, linking out to social media. Those are the only kind of like out links that I've done on this page other than that. And then just if you want to join my normal mailing list, if you don't want to be a member, and then sort of some where I've been featured in the bottom. So yeah, this is completely out of my comfort zone, by the way. I do want to share that with you. This is out of my comfort zone to put out a website like this. But the way I was thinking about it is like, my other site was so complicated and so big, and it's still going to take me a long time to migrate out of there. I'm not migrated out. It's still there, and it's still up there. I just took out all the really essential things. And what I did, it's kind of like sorting. I did it the way I sort through my stuff when I go anywhere. I have this big pile of stuff. It's essentials. I have to keep it. There's no way I'm getting rid of that stuff. Then I have a big maybe pile, and then I have a big it's got to go pile. And that's basically what's happening with this website. So what you're seeing now on this website is my absolute essentials. I've got to keep it. It's got to stay with me. I'm currently now working on this maybe pile and sorting and filtering through that. So there will be other things added to this site, of course. But I wanted to get it up, and I knew everything was still functional for people. So that's my homepage. Then my about page, again, really simple. It just goes into who I am, and then my mission, like what I want to achieve from the business. And then there's a call to action. And then that goes also into, I've got like a media page, public speaking page, where places I've been featured, and a bio and stuff like that. So this site isn't, because there's no drop down menu in Podia. Again, like for anyone thinking about going into Podia, a lot of compromises have to be made here, guys. There's no drop down menu. So I figured to myself, well, I'll create pages, and then I'll create links from pages. And the interesting thing is, I actually like it more than the drop down menus. I don't know. It's just a strange thing. Anyway, so I've got some media stuff there. And then I've got my services page, and I've changed my whole services page from those individual drop down pages into one page. And it's all about the one sourcing services I offer. what I do with my team, how it works, and then I go into my packages. And then I've really simplified my packages again. And this is like everything I offer now. So I have a consulting. So one sourcing is built basically on the consultation, the build of the business, and then the maintenance of the business. So I built a consulting page, and I have two options there for my boutique consulting and my e-commerce. It still says operations. So, and then I got my actual build. So what I want to achieve with the client is I want them to come in on a consultation, and then I want to move them through, and I want to build their business with them. So they can either take the consultation plan and go and call it good, or they can take the consultation plan and I can build their business with them. And that's what this option is. And I've got two options there, which both lead into their own pages. So I've got my boutique website option. I've got my e-commerce website option. So one's in card.co. So if you're in the boutique workshop website or the website developer website, you'll know that I build sites in card. And I also have my now Podia option, which is the e-commerce website. So I'm going to start building basically using Podia to replace Business Catalyst, because before it was Card and Business Catalyst, and now it's Card and Podia. So I've got those two packages, and then what I hope is that people will then want to run their business with me. If they want to just build it and go, that's fine. But if they want to run it with me, then I have my one sourcing packages with all the roles involved. I've got a quick getting started guide to take people through what's going on. And another real bummer about Podia, and I have to say this, we can't have it all, is that you can't just copy and paste embed codes in there. So the compromise that I've had to make for this is I have to have everything opening in a new window. So here's my getting started form. They also don't have forms in Podia, so I'm using a single Typeform form. But I've always been recommending Typeform for a long time. This is the first time I've actually needed to use it as part of my business, because I've always used Business Catalyst forms. And then I have my agreement, which used to be embedded on my site. Now it just simply opens up in a new window. These are all compromises I've had to make, but I consider them not major sacrifices. There's a big difference between a major sacrifice and a compromise. And then that opens up into my support desk. So there's that. And then I've got some FAQs and talking about my client service agreement again there. So that's my services side of the business, which obviously I'm still running because I need to do that, and I still have my clients. I need to do that in order to be able to provide the training to you guys. And then we move into the courses. So this is the interesting thing. Actually, I think I'll just show you testimonials first. So I've got my member testimonials still all there, and I've got also my client testimonials still here. And really I will tell you, there's not a lot of options with Podia in terms of layouts and things like that. But again, it's like I'm kind of liking it. I'm liking the air to breathe here. Like, you can't do anything with it. Just let it go. Just move on. Just put that in and go to another page. So I've got my directory as well. So a lot of these items are in the planners in the programs, but we've just kind of made it like a public link directory now. And there's obviously contact, and I don't have a contact form because they're not in Podia. And I've talked to the guys, and they're planning on doing all this stuff. So it's like, as and when it arrives, it'll just be a bonus for me. The fact that I can live without it is huge, because usually I've really had to let a lot go to build this site. So that's my contact page, and then people can go to my support desk from there. Let's look at the courses. So a lot of the old favorites are still there. Some of them are not. That's okay, because the ones that I have completely decided to shut down and not update anymore, these are basically the courses that I decided not to update anymore, and they're all in here. Some of them have been replaced, of course, like for example, the creator, marketer, and administrator. A lot of that content is in the workshops. So I've not completely abandoned it, but these are the ones that I'm not going to be updating anymore. Also, the Rockstar can be found in the mentorship area as well. So all of the videos, the content is all inside here. So let's say you have the educator, we've got the version in there, there's only one version. You can go to each module and you can go and find exactly what you need. You've got the audio file, the video, the transcript. So if you want access to any of the old information, the old programs, then you can absolutely contact us on support@virtualmissfriday.com, and we will send you the links to everything that you had before, except it's going to be in Google Drive. It will not be in an online format, but at least you still have the content and the information. The next thing, so one sourcing has become my primary focus, and I've got this digital program for one sourcing now, which again includes the one sourcing, all the one sourcing programs that were there before, but there is also a strategy, and the strategy is based on the 0 to 6 program. But I've redone and completely re-recorded 12 brand new videos for that strategy. So they're in there right now. So we've got a brand new update. Then I have included in the one sourcing bundle is a freelancer, the supporter, the entrepreneur, the consultant, and the business program. So all of those are still available. And if you're interested in buying them individually, you can still literally just click on the details and you'll go to the individual sales page and you can still purchase those programs on their own. There's a whole new pricing structure. And you can see just the overview of everything, what's included. And then coming down here, there is also the resources area, something I have to tell you important about this. The resources area is what was formerly known as the Passport, then it changed to Academy Pro. So now it's just resources, and it's included free with everybody who's got a paid program. So I want people to be able to get access to that. You can also buy it at a one-time fee instead of a monthly payment. So for those of you who have had subscriptions, we've cancelled those subscriptions for you, and we're just putting you in there and it's yours. And then there's some FAQs on the page as well, but that's pretty much it. So these are all the individual programs. So that's part of the one sourcing package. Then, sorry, I've disappeared. Then we've got the freelancer still that's available. We've got the Protégé. The Protégé is my coaching program. So the one sourcing is purely digital, do it yourself. Take the strategy, everything like that. The Protégé involves my 12-week coaching program, one-on-one coaching, 12 calls. You don't have to do it over 12 weeks if you don't want to. I am working with a couple of people who are taking breaks. So like they'll do a month and then they'll set to work and then they'll take a break and then they'll do the next month. And I've also had people who are spreading the calls out like every 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks as well. And I've also have people who want to just run through it and do the 12 weeks. So it's 12 online sessions with me, and we just go through everything, build your business start to finish. And that also has the first client guarantee. For those of you who didn't know, with the Protégé, I say that I work with you for free until you've got at least your first client or at least one new client in your business, and it's all functioning and operating on the new system and strategy that we're putting together. So that's the slight difference between the Protégé. It's a very hands-on thing. Then we've got the Skillogy workshops. So all those have been put together now. There's 9 workshops in the Skillogy workshops. You can access those. There's also the one-on-one mentorship with me. That's my 4-part program. We usually do it over a month. And then there's the essential resources. Then I go into my income reports there and my earnings disclaimer. So those are essentially what I'm offering right now. I've kept the offer very simple, because a lot of people would come to me and say, like, you offer so much, like, where do I go? What do I do? And I would have to really kind of like tweak things and make things right for people and say, right, you need this and you need this. It's really so simple now. You can join one sourcing, you get everything digital, and that's one thing. You can join anything individually still if you want to, but this is like the core offering. So I think we should just log in now. If you are wanting a migration, actually I can just come in from here, I think. If you're wanting a migration service, we offer that. So if you want to be put into the new system, then all you have to do is email support@virtualmissfriday.com and we'll help you with that. If you want access again to the old programs in the Google Drive, support@virtualmissfriday.com, just email everything there and we'll help you out with that. So this is what the back end looks like. As it's saying resume course. If you just joined, it will say, start the course. So as you can see in here, all of the old favorites are still there. The business program, the consultant, the entrepreneur. So I'm just going to go in here to show you what the members area looks like now. So all your programs will be there at the top. Any programs that you don't have in your account are at the bottom. So if you want to upgrade, if you want to add another program, you can see all the ones you don't have at the bottom and you can add them if you want. The nice thing about the system is when you've gone through like a video or process, you actually get it striked out on the left, so you can see what you've actually read, which is really handy in the resources area as well. But you literally just go through like you did before. There's like nothing unintuitive about the system, and that's what I love about it. It's very intuitive. So I have my videos at the top and the layout is pretty much the same. This is the one sourcing strategy here. But if we go into something like the freelancer, again, go here. So you get like this kind of overview of the program, so you can see everything. You've also got it on the left here. You can close that and open that if you want to. But like if we go into personal branding, the layout is very similar to how it was on the other site. Excuse my poor internet. But you've got the video at the top, then you've got the multimedia. So the audio, the presentation doesn't open up inside Podia anymore. It goes into a new window, but it's still there and you can still play it. It's actually maybe a little bit nicer because it opens up in a bigger place. I'm trying to see the positives in all these things. Then we've got the notes section underneath and the transcription. So everything is still there just as it normally is inside the programs. I do want to say that if you, so first of all, if you've already got programs and courses, you send an email to support@virtualmissfriday.com. We've also written to you as well. We've written out the mailing list telling people to just click reply and let us know that you want to be migrated into the new system. And then obviously we'll look at what you have and then we'll see if we've got any equivalents in this new system that we can add you on, and just kind of like personally migrate you. And again, that's the customer support thing, but I wanted to personally migrate people rather than just kind of import a spreadsheet and not give people any direction as to what they were doing. But if you want to add any courses, we're doing a special this week. We've got a launch for 25% off everything storefront way, course way. Let me see if I can come into the chat just a second. Oh guys, you've put lots of chats in. Do you know what? I'm going to answer those quickly. But if you want 25% off any courses or anything new, all you have to do is put launch 25 off in when you check out from the site and you'll get 25% off. That closes on August 5th. Also, for anybody wanting to migrate, and this is what we're offering clients right now. So I'm reaching out to all my clients, offering them the two options between Card and Podia to migrate their websites. If you've got a website that you would like to migrate out of BC into Podia, or anywhere actually into Podia, and you want us to do that for you, then we're offering 10% discount as well for anybody before August 5th. Okay, so including the old ones on the drive. No, the only people who can get the access to the old ones on Google Drive are the people who have purchased the old ones. So if you've purchased one of the old programs, then we'll send you the hard copy files. If you've not purchased any of the old programs, then they're not accessible anymore to anyone. Because, you know, like I kind of feel bad selling a program that's just in Google Drive. Okay. So that's what I want to share with you. So 25% off all products and everything in the storefront side of things in the members area until August 5th, midnight August 5th. Okay, so what else do I need to take you through? Let's look at some questions. I hope you guys like this. I know it's so basic, I know it's so simple, but I've got a vision for this site, shall I just say, and it's going to build over time. It's going to be added on over time. But the most important thing is I wanted a real comfortable, nice, aesthetically pleasing area for you guys to do your training and learn and work with me. Oh, I didn't take you through essential resources. I'm going to do that right now. Let's go here. So this is basically Academy Pro. And again, we've got, I guess it started, we've got the members calls in here. So if you're on here, you'll be able to access the link to the members calls every month. And you've got the replays in here. So we can do this. I think it just opens up if I'm not, I don't think I'm logged in. But, here we are. So this will just open up with all the members calls there, which I think is kind of cool. You know, I've had to make some compromises there as well because we didn't have the web app database, which we had in the old BC account. I decided to use just Vimeo where I put the calls anyway, there. So, and also there's an option for a one-on-one call with me if you absolutely don't want to ask a question in public. Some people don't, but that's a paid call, just so that you know, that's the only other paid thing in here. But we've got like the Project Me that we've put together and kind of revamped and checked all the links on everything. You can find Fast Track in here as well, which is my productivity course. Then you've got all the mini courses that we have. So all of them are redone. They've got a new look, new feel, layout, and you can still access everything that you could in Academy Pro right here. So you've got all these little mini courses. And you've got also the individual classes as well. So all the individual classes are still in here with the transcripts. So you can just dip into those whenever you want. Just kind of, you know, just showing you stuff of what's in here. So you've got all those classes there, and then you've got the links to the groups and things like that. I will be adding on to the resources continuously. It's not like static, done and dusted. There's going to be new classes coming in. There's going to be other projects that I'm going to be doing that are going to be added as well. And maybe some other bits and pieces that I'm having ideas for right now. So this is going to be a very growing area, the resources area. But it's just going to be available as I call it essential resource, because it's like essential additional training that I refer a lot to in all the programs. So like in most of the support or entrepreneur, freelancer, I refer to classes and I refer to different things, and they're all inside here ready and waiting for you as supplementary training and supplementary learning. I think that's everything that I need to take you through. Again, if you want to get back to your dashboard at any time, you just come up here and click dashboard, and then you've got all your courses available there that you can go through. One really cool thing, I absolutely could not let my Rockstar program go. It was like, there's just no way I could have done that. It was one of my favorite things I've ever created in my life. So I've still got my old Rockstar digital mentorship program available inside with the normal mentorship, which is like the 4-part mentorship where we go through holistic review process, defining goals, intuition techniques. I still have the travel mentor, the business mentor, the well-being mentor, and the mindset mentor in there from the previous programs. But that's pretty much the only thing. Everything else is the most up-to-date stuff. I'm going to stop screen sharing now. I'm going to answer some questions because we've only got 15 minutes left, and I realized I've been talking and talking and talking. You're probably all very bored of me right now. So where are we? If you said I missed a bit due to a phone call, but this is exactly what I noticed. Look and feel so different, BC. Yeah, absolutely so different. And I've had to let it. I even cried about it once. Who does that? Who cries over a technological system? But I was thinking to myself, like, you know, like when you're everyone, you know, like you have those moments, like when it's not what you want, and you know what you want, and you had what you wanted, and then you can't have it anymore. It's like throwing your toys at your pram. It's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And yeah, so no, but really the more I work in the system, the more I realize there are so many benefits to it. Like, for example, I'm now gonna have to go and update all of my training to be customized to Podia. So for me, that's a huge endeavor to just erase Business Catalyst out of my training completely, but it's also an exciting thing as well, because I can actually do and provide training which is gonna, I think and I hope, help people feel more comfortable expanding out into digital operations now and operations management, because they've got a tool they can actually do it in themselves. And that to me is extremely exciting. Podia is something that you do not need a developer for. You can literally do everything yourself and make it look freaking awesome. And that to me is a very exciting prospect. And that's kind of what I'm focusing on and what I'm going in on. The parameters of the system are very restricted, but at the same time, I think I'm going to be able to find, once I play with it a bit more, I was literally throwing things in like a maniac, like, gotta get this done as quickly as possible. But I think once I play with it a bit more, and once I start thinking to myself about how we can hack into the system a little bit more, I think we're going to be able to create some really beautiful sites. And that's what I'm looking towards. The fact that I can't do it right now, because I've just been so focused on the functionality and just getting it aesthetically as best I could in a brand new system I've never used before 3 months ago. It's been like, it's been a little bit daunting, but the look and feel is very, very different. But I've still got high hopes, and I still also love what I've produced. I just love the elegance and the simplicity of it, and I think it's probably a little bit more me than another site before. Megan said, I think that's personal. Karen says, I've already said it to you. Yeah, I know Karen's been giving me such positive feedback. So I'm getting loads of good vibes from Karen about this site. Yeah, Jessica's big on emojis. Anyone bigger on gifts is like me. Yeah, you'll see lots of little emojis, even up here. I go back to screen share again, just 1 second. I'm sure you probably saw it anyway, but see this like little emoji at the top. I went a little bit emoji happy, but that's okay. I think, I mean, like, I'm not too worried about it. You know, my about page as well. Look at these. Actually, I looked at that and I thought, oh my God, that's too many emojis. I have to restrain myself. But that's literally what my messages look like when I talk to people. Anyone will tell you. So come out of this again. So what else have we got here? Karen says, my VA site, which I built, I absolutely wanted my personality to shine through. So as you said, friendly, conversational personality. Yeah, I wanted it to be a little bit more simple and show a little bit more of the real me. Like I said, like, I want people to feel that they're coming to my site and they're coming to me personally, directly from the site. I know everyone's nodding like you understand that. You're so sweet. Julie said, you need to be yourself in your presence, and you attract the people who connect with you and want to work with you no matter what your services are. It's absolutely true. It's really true. And I do feel that this site really is a lot me. You know, I really thought about it, and it's not like bells and whistles, but neither am I really. You know, I'm a flip-flops and you know, kind of girl.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
It's Julie. Can I make a quick comment on that? So I was at a national conference about, oh my God, it's been almost 2 years now, but I was at a roundtable discussion, and one of the gals there's always women business owners, and she said, you know, I had designed my funnel and my web page in the way that I thought it should be, and all these people that were coming through, she was like, I don't really like these people. Like, I don't really want to work with these people.
I've heard that.
And it was only when she just thought, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be exactly how I am. And if people don't like it, then they won't come. And she goes, and all of a sudden, all these people that I really wanted to work with started coming through the funnel. And the people they would take one look at it and they'd be like, oh, I don't like this person. And they would move on and find someone else.
Yeah,
that was what really clicked for me. It's like, just be yourself.
Yeah.
And they will come, and then you won't work with people that you can't stand.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if that happens to me. I don't know yet. It's only been
every once in a while, maybe you'll get someone who says, I want to be like her, but I'm not like her, but I'm going to try it.
The only thing that struck me about this site more than anything, and that's also why I added the emojis, was because it felt a little bit generic to me, and it felt like a lot of the sites that other people land on that look very generic. But I'm going to work on that, and I am going to inject a little bit more of myself into it as well, in terms of I want to get professional pictures done, not like, you know, like the ones like in with suits and ties and things, but just some on the beach and stuff like that. But you know, I'm trying to lose some weight at the moment. I've got to get 5 pounds off, not 5 pounds, 5 kilos off before I do that. It's just a thing. It's a goal. I said I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to lose this 5 kilos and treat myself to some, which is what I've gained in quarantine, by the way. I'm so upset with myself. I'm like, oh my God, these jeans are tight. Yeah. So since March.
I have a phrase for it. It's the quarantine. So it's 10 pounds. 5 kilos is like 10 pounds, right?
It's literally
the quarantine.
It's the quarantine. Absolutely.
The quarantine.
I was just like, I'm horrified. Like, how did this happen?
My jeans are even fastened today.
Oh, seriously?
Mm-hmm. Even the dog's on a diet.
It's got that bad. I've gone to elastic K2 waistbands.
Yeah. Suspicious so.
I didn't think I'd be having those until I was like 70. Anyway, so basically I need to lose a bit more weight to get back to where I feel comfortable in my clothes again before I can have photos. But I am going to get some really nice photos done, and I think that's going to add a lot of life to the website, which that's kind of where I'm going. I want to do it with images of my personal brand, rather than kind of fancy graphics and things like that. Megan said, for a minute I thought, what about an image about the first box, but then the statement at CTA gets shifted down, which in my opinion is more important, which I think is super important. Yeah, I would have actually liked the CTA to be higher on the page. I could have put it higher on the page, but I didn't. And I just wanted, the way I have it in my mind is that people land, they know they're in the right place first, and then as long as they scroll down in the first few seconds.
I was actually, I don't think it came through the way I meant, but I was saying, like, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, well, it'd be nice to put a header image in there. But then I realized if you put a header image in there, then everything that's really important to get your eyes on right away on the page gets shifted down. So then the call to action goes off of that first page that comes up on the computer.
Well, I know that you've been using Podia as well. And the thing I would love to see in Podia is, like, right now you can put an image behind a product banner, but you can't just put an image behind a normal banner. So I'm really hoping that's something that they add.
I know, I noticed that too. I was super bummed, but I was like, whatever, we'll work with the colors for now. Yes,
exactly. Roll with it. Hannah says, great way to audit, Michelle. Going to remember that. Cool. Jamila, will you be migrating the blog? I love the information from Miss Reading. Yes. So the blog, that's one thing I wanted to share with you. Podia doesn't have like a traditional blog feature. The first thing I said to Podia was like, how can you even say that you have a blog? I was actually a bit shitty with them, and I apologize. I wasn't really, but you know, it's just like, I'm really sorry, but like, it's like really misleading. How can you say that you have a blog when you have no search function and no categories, which are like the two primary things of any blog? It's like,
and I don't think there's an RSS also.
Yeah, and no RSS feed. So it's just like, you can't call it a blog. You can call it a posts area. But anyway, so the plan is, I'm going to go through all of my blog posts. I've already started. I have a lot of late nights. Do I look tired? So I've already started because I've got several hundred posts in there. I don't even count them anymore. I stopped at something crazy. And I'm going through them. I'm either discard, again, it's like my sorting. I'm going to keep my essential posts. I'm going to put them in an area where people can access through, like, seeing like a bit like the directory, I guess, where people have like a guide. I'm going to categorize them that way, and people can go to things with something like building businesses, technical information, how to get more clients, that type of thing. So I'm going to I'm going to break it all down and do it that way. I'm going to put the posts in there. Don't worry, they're not going anywhere. They're not gone. They will be added. Definitely, I'm hoping within the next 4 weeks we'll all be completely finished, but the blog is still in there. I can even show you actually where the blog is. I think it's this link. Yes, it's here. I'm just not, it's not public right now. But you can see here, I've already started putting some posts in. Again, it is very, very simple and very basic looking, but the information will still be there. And we can add videos at the top as well. I think, have we added a video to this one somewhere? Yeah, there's a video in that one, another video there. So that's basically what it's going to look like. It's not terribly exciting. I did toy with the idea of maybe moving into like putting something in Tumblr or moving into another blog system. But I decided, no, I'm going to keep it in Podia because they are planning to make improvements. I've been told by the end of this year to the blog. So if I have all my posts in there, it's just easier for me to kind of adapt as and when they change things. So yeah, it will be there. PLR is being currently updated right now. It will be back. Don't worry, it's gone. It's not gone. It's not gone. It's not gone. It's there. It's already started being built. What we're doing right now, again, is going through every PLR article, and we are currently in the process of either removing them or updating them, or just kind of like making sure that they're all relevant and current, and they will be put inside a members area as well, the PLR stuff. So that's still going to be available. Black Book is not. There is no functionality for me to keep my Black Book directory on here. So yeah, I had to make a tough decision to let that one go. But I'm thinking about doing something different. Again, you know, I put things in the maybe pile, like what could I do with that? So I've got other ideas that I might want to do in terms of the community. So sit tight on that one.
You can, most people know each other through the Facebook communities, right? So yeah, there's always a way of
and we're adding more and more
connecting.
People. Yeah, now in terms of the Facebook group as well, we've got our free one, which is fine. It has like, I think it's like nearly 5,000 members in there now. But we've got our members only one, and the members only one is now open to all members as well. It's in the essential resources. So we'll be building up more in that community as well, and maybe doing something in there. So yeah, it was a good call. Megan says, I know you once mentioned that because of Corona and people operating on a more lean basis, changing the structure and pricing of your one sourcing services. How did you decide to go with that? What adjustments did you decide to make with your services? Also for the consulting applications, do you have the paid version on Typeform? Okay, so I'm going to break this down. In terms of pricing, it wasn't until I built the website and finished it that I actually decided. I already had my one sourcing pricing and I decided to keep that the same. The only thing I've changed is I'm going to add personal assistance into all the packages. It was just in the last two, but now I've got the 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure business package. And it doesn't necessarily mean that someone has to be earning 6 figures already for me to put them on that package. Sometimes I might put a 6-figure business owner on a 5-figure package. That's just kind of what I called them. And just to give people a rough idea of which package they would need, depending on where their business is. In terms of the websites, again, the way I structured it, it was just knowing what it would take to build a card website and then knowing what it would take to build a Podia website and trying to keep that fixed. So now I have a fixed rate for a Podia website, but I put my parameters in there, and I always mention this in my training as well, but definitely always keep your parameters in there, what's included in that price. So I like to fix prices. I don't like too many variables. So I decided to put in there, like, you can get the Podia site and it's going to be 7 pages. This one product, one sales page, includes this itinerary of things. Now, if someone comes and says to me, okay, well, I can do that, but I also want to put this in there, and I think to myself, well, it won't be too much extra time, then I'll just include that. It's like giving myself that flexibility. If it's another big project that they want to add on, then I'll quote that on a separate basis. So really a lot of it was just kind of like seeing how long things took me, and then kind of calculating that in my head about how much I wanted to earn from a website, how much I wanted to make a profit on a website, and then factoring that into the price and moving forward that way. So, but my services have pretty much stayed the same, but, and I will say this, and I put this in the new one sourcing videos, and you can also buy the one sourcing strategy on its own now, by the way, the 12-part videos, just without the training. But I refer to the training a lot in the strategy, so it wouldn't really make a lot of sense, but you can buy it on its own now for like $297. Anyway, I just went off on a tangent there, sorry. So I say, like I say in the one sourcing strategy as well, negotiate hard if you have to. Do whatever you got to do right now if you have to. Like I'm really solid on always making sure people know the value of my service. So they'll know the value of my service from my price on my website. But if I talk to somebody, and I do free 30-minute complimentary consultations, and if I feel at the time I really want to work with that person, I know their affordability isn't quite there, if there's something I can be flexible on, sorry, it's my business, I own the business, I can do whatever I want. So yeah, maybe I will suggest, okay, well, how about we do 6 months on a cut rate, or how about we do, you know, like tier it up or something like that. If I want to get them started, I believe in their business, I will do that for people. But always I put on my website what I want, like my ideal for what I want for that. And it's not mega high, and it's also not mega low, it's just reasonable.
Can I just ask on that before you move on? So yeah. I did wonder, similar to Megan, like, is it a harder sell right now? Are people being more cautious about what they spend on this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
I absolutely wholeheartedly love the idea of one sourcing, and I'm tired of trading time for money. So I'm just wondering how difficult a sell it is right now in the marketplace.
A lot of people are coming to me, so it's not necessarily difficult to sell, but people obviously are, they're playing the Corona card right now, and they're saying like, oh, but this is, times are different, and maybe in like 2 or 3 months it'll be a bit better, and that type of thing. So for me, it's all about like, how badly do I want to work with the clients as to whether I take them on. Are people coming to me before completely seeing the value and wanting to go forward? Yes, they are. But also there is this affordability and unknown factor of, I don't know if I'm going to have a business or not, and I want to move forward, but there are all these other unguaranteed things in play, or unknown variables in play. And then you have to negotiate with those.
Right.
But everyone always comes in and everyone always leaves knowing that if I charge them less, that doesn't mean that my service is worth any less. That just means I'm trying to do them a solid for a bit.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. And they will know, and I've said to a couple of people, if anything does change, if the economy changes, if I find a client who's willing to come and take the hours that I'm giving you for this price, and they're willing to pay the full price, then there's a potential that I might have to let you go.
Yeah.
You know, it's do you know what I mean?
It's all very uncertain for everybody at the moment. We don't really know what's coming, and to plan too far ahead feels difficult.
Yeah.
What if we lock down again? What if this gets worse? And everybody, you, me, them, we all have it, don't we?
And although things are opening up right now and travel started, people are talking about this second wave. Like, because everything's opening up and we're moving around again, it could just spiral out of control again. It's really shit. And I heard they found a vaccine or something like that. Well, we've got 4 potential vaccines coming out of the UK right now, and they've just secured 60 million. They say, like, this is great, but like the absolute earliest it could be is like next summer, and we're talking about a year. We've got a year at least.
Yeah, I agree. And then what happens when we send our children back to school, and everything is so unknown. And I wonder what, to get people to sign on the line, how much more difficult it's been.
I would say if anyone is struggling with getting people to move forward, I would say the only thing that you can do to kind of put their mind at ease and put things at, you know, to make them feel more comfortable is saying, look, let's just monitor this on a month-by-month basis.
Yeah.
You're okay right now this month. Let's start. Let's have a review at the end of the month, see where we're at then, and we can move forward that way. So people don't feel like, oh, I've got to commit and it's going to be like, no, it's about saying, okay, well, we can do this now. This works for you and this works for me. Let's see where we're at the end of the month. And I would just probably take it like
yeah, okay, great, thank you.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm over the time. I'm so sorry. Jamila Jones says she wants access to the old programs. Can she buy them? Oh, Jamila, yeah, sure. You can contact us on support. Dale's been working around the clock, bless his heart. And we will sort out something special just for you to be able to access all those old programs as well. Nanette says, so for the 2 classes I won, one from you and Rockstar from Megan, I admire to still access those on the new site through the Google Drive. Yeah, if anybody's ever had any things that they've won or had before, then you still will be able to migrate and access those. You just have to contact support@veterans.com and we'll put you into the new system. I can't speak for Megan, but I think she'll probably obviously still give you access to anything that you've already got access to.
This is Nanette. Sorry about the typo. My swipe on my phone hates me, so my autocorrect changes all
Mine
my
does
words.
too. Mine's evil. Evil.
And Megan did already let me know what to do with hers, and I already did send the reply email back. I just wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely doing the right thing, Nanette, and absolutely right thing to everyone. Just remember right now, we're pretty hammered with the migration stuff, which is why we were kind of doing like a soft launch in to just try and get everyone moved and hoping everything's working and everything like that. But yeah, that's absolutely fine. Nanette, you can contact us, reply, we're here for you. Just give us a little bit of time to get back to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jamila says, the value is fantastic. Oh, thank you, Jamila. I know you just went into the consultant as well. I'm super excited about that. I'd love to know how that goes for you, by the way. So do attend the sessions and come and let us know and give us some feedback. But I really appreciate that. And I do try and offer as much value as possible. And I will say as well, in terms of my packages and the one sourcing packages, going back to what Karen said, I have also tried to include a lot more value, which isn't necessarily more hours for me, but still adds more value to the package and to the client. So by including some additional training, by, you know, like anything that I can think of that will add more value to the package, I've really been giving that a lot of thought as well. Julie said, if we had an affiliate link for the old site, do we need to update the affiliate link? Yes, there's a new, shiny new affiliate area that you can sign up for. And if we're going to be announcing this soon, but if you want your affiliate link, just contact support@veterans.com Dale, and he will be able to get that for you. Again, it's just like this process. We will like get the members in, then announce this and announce this. So it's kind of like over a week, we're going to be drip feeding things out. But if you need that affiliate link right now, then contact support and we'll explain to you how to get that. Blog, we talked about attend all your calls in flips. What's flips? Hannah?
I think flip-flops.
Oh, flip-flops.
I'm guessing.
Oh, flip. That's trendy. I'll adopt that.
Flips.
Hey, go and get my flips. It sounds nicer than flip-flops. Flop's not a very nice word, is it?
No. I prefer Havianas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, it's so late going. Thanks for all staying. Nanette says it looks great, easy to maneuver. Thanks so much for your feedback, Nanette. Deborah says some dresses are saving hair. That's going back to the elasticated waistbands, isn't it? Quarantine is real. I'm going to start using that hashtag as well. Megan says that studies in the US are showing that the virus is adapting, so the first round of vaccine, when approved, may not work. I've heard that too. It's kind of evolving and changing. Andrew said, re-COVID, we are in our second lockdown already. Very difficult getting people to fully cooperate. Oh, down under, they're on second lockdown. You were hit quite bad in there? I thought you were, but not as bad as the UK.
No, yeah, nowhere near as bad as the UK, but in Victoria, the numbers have been rising drastically. Our old age facilities have been very hard hit.
The nursing homes.
Yeah.
That's been the case everywhere, I think. And there was one thing on the news, they weren't including the cases in the nursing homes and the deaths, and then one day they just included them all, and it was thousands and thousands. Really shocking. Anyway, stay safe, stay home, don't go out anywhere.
Yep.
Grow vegetables. That's what I'm doing, just in case.
We've actually got we've done a new patio, 2 veg back in the garden. It's like amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's like
DIY work, yes.
Yeah. DIY.
If I had to survive on veggies that I grew, I would starve to death. Well, hey, that would take care of the COVID or the quarantine. Now I can grow herbs and cactus, and that's it. That's my limit right there. So
this is a bit of a Nick's forgotten what he actually planted, so it's a bit of a pick and mix and hope that what it is.
You need to make those little pegs in the ground that say, what it is. Bless you.
Yeah.
Megan says, so this is the last question, then I'll let you all go. Don't go anywhere until this last question's answered. So are you moving away from ClickBank? Are you using Typeform for the longer consulting applications? Sorry. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so what I am intending to do, this is my plan. Call it loose, call it whatever you like. Yes, I'm moving away from ClickBank. I'm going completely into Podia, using a Podia's affiliate system. It's really great. I love it. I love the back end of the affiliate area as well. It's just so easy to use. I even purchased my own product on my affiliate link because I was just so excited about it. So yeah, I'm going to move all into Podia for affiliate stuff. And all of my sales right now are coming through Podia. So I've made sales already on the site, which is lovely. Thank you for everybody who's bought so far. And yeah, they're coming through and everything's functioning and working amazing. And oh my God, I'm so in love with the statistic analytic thing. It's got like a customer record at the back. It shows you what that customer spent with you. It shows you what programs they have. It's just a joy and a dream, the CRM built into Podia. So
I like to hear that.
Yeah, some things they've got really, really right. And I didn't even know that until like a purchase came in. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I love it. So yeah, I was really excited about that. So it's really exciting when you get sales because you can go in and start thinking to yourself, okay, well, what can I do with this? And is everyone okay? So yeah. As for Typeform, currently right now, I only have one form on my site, which is the getting started form, which asks people like, what are you interested in? And then what I'm going to do is my big longer form. I will eventually put it into Typeform, but I have to upgrade Typeform. And I didn't want to upgrade Typeform until I've used it for a little while on this getting started form and just make sure that I'm happy. And also in Typeform, they have like these rerouting things as well now, where if people answer certain questions, it'll take them to one place and this, that, and the other. And I wanted to become really familiar with that as well. So I'm kind of training myself on that right now. So the plan is eventually I will, providing everything's okay, put my full consulting form into Typeform. In the meantime, I'm going to do my full consulting form on a call, on the initial call. So I'll probably just go through it from start to finish on a call with somebody. So it's kind of...
I was just curious because I did think about using Google Forms too.
Yeah, I thought about the two, but then I thought to myself, it just looks a bit lame and I didn't want to do that. Yeah. I want it in Typeform if I'm going to go for it. So I figured to myself, I'll just get people in and then get people on a call and then run through the consulting application questions on there. And that's kind of like the first connection call anyway. It's usually filling in the gaps. I would like to know more about somebody before I contact them, but I'm just going to have to kind of do that in the transition period for now. Okay, I think we're done. Thank you so much, guys. I'm sorry we're at 15 minutes over, but it's great to see you all, and it's so good to see so many faces that I haven't seen for a while. Where have you all been? Come back next month. Thank you so much. Again, if you've got any questions, you need any help, any support, anything at all with migration, with new programs, new courses, navigation, anything, just email support@virtualmissfriday.com. We're always really happy to help. No question is stupid or wrong or anything like that. And also, if you have any feedback, you know, just send that through too. I would love to know what you think of the site, how it functions for you, whether you're finding it easy to go through the programs and the courses, or just whether it works for you guys, and I'll see where I can improve from there. Okay, so thank you everyone. I love you guys, just so supportive. I really appreciate everything. If you find a few links that aren't working and little bits and pieces that are a bit odd, you know, just, we're still going through it, so still give us some time, but for a majority of it, we should be good to go. And I just really hope you enjoy the new members area and everything that's to come, because there's also new things in the pipeline now too, but I'll talk about those on another call. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Take care. Have a lovely day, evening, wherever you are. Much love to you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.